Okay, 2018, the 15th of July. Let's have a look here. This is a bit of a sensitive subject for me because I'm actually anti-abortions. I think it is just a really bad thing. If you don't want your baby, just give it up for adoption and someone that cares can look after them. Just think if your mother didn't give you that option. Let that register in your thick skull. Either way, here we go. Let's look here. What do they have to say? SA's illegal abortion rate alarmingly high. I think SA's abortion rate is alarmingly high. I think global abortion rates are alarmingly high. And that is after you already have legal ways to prevent yourself from getting pregnant. So, let's look here. Despite the fact that abortion is legal in South Africa, it is established that between 52 and 58% of the 260,000 abortions. So, let's look at this number quickly. First things first, in South Africa there are 18 to 20,000 murders a year. Now, versus abortions, that's nothing. There's basically, what? 12 times more, 13 times more babies that get murdered by their own parents in South Africa per year than violent murders. So actually, maybe I should talk a bit less about all the murders that's happening in South Africa and start talking about all the babies that gets murdered. Now let's look at these numbers. 260,000 abortions per annum. That is, what, about 6 million abortions since 1994. Yo, that is rough. 6 million babies. That could have been really good for South Africa, but no. We need to kill the next generation off, right? That is what we do. This came up during the Abortion and Reproduction Justice Conference. Yeah, and the stupid people that listen to Planned Parenthood, they drink the Kool-Aid and murder their own children. That's what's happening. So there you have it. Department of Social Development, in partnership with the Critical Studies in Sexualities and Reproduction Research Program at Rhodes University, blah 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 blah. The conference scheduled, blah 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 blah. The conference builds, blah 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 blah. The South African Constitution protects the right of persons to make decisions concerning the reproduction. Freedom of choice. Let's get this fact really straight very quickly. Freedom of choice is nothing else than saying we want to murder our own babies because we do not want to take responsibility. Remember that. You will say, oh, but what about those that get raped? It is a fraction versus those that don't get raped. Remember that as well. And there could be laws around that. Freedom of choice means murdering your own babies? Really? Give me a break. That is just sick. Totally sick. 6 million babies in South Africa in 25 years, in one generation. Yeah. Blood all over the place. Most innocent. The most innocent dead. Conference also builds on ongoing work, blah 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 blah. The 2015 Cabinet approved the National Adolescent Sexual and Reproduction Health and Rights Framework, so adolescents can have abortions as they please, murdering their own babies from a young age, getting used to doing it, having no conscience totally severed. 1997 Parliament enacted the choice of termination of pregnancy, so from 97 abortions were legal, which places obligation on government to provide reproductive health services. So before that, abortions might have been legal in South Africa, but the government was obliged from 97 to provide places where abortions can take place. Yeah man, Planned Parenthood, we love it. We love killing our babies. The sooner the better. Yeah man, it's good. I'm not sure I want to read any of this anymore. This is a very sensitive subject. Shame. I could just let that children live. They don't have to take any responsibility for them. There's other people that will help. Yeah.